Hey guys, it's Amy. Welcome back to day 17 of Vlogmas 2021 and welcome to my channel. I hope you guys have enjoyed all the content so far. And today we're going to take a look at December Daily, my album, for stories 11 through 15. So I am going to be going out of town, so I'm not going to be able to finish this album in December, but I'm hoping to finish it in January and get it completely done. So for the stories that I need to do while I'm out of town, I did get one of these notebooks. This is an A5. It's part of the winter collection. It's called Tannenbaum. So it has the little like Charlie Brown looking Christmas tree, and it's very sparkly, as you can see. Super fun. So I will have another video talking about what all I'm going to be putting in this, and it will probably, with as many pages as it has, it will probably be good for multiple years because I want to keep doing December Daily. And even if I don't do an album, I want a place to jot down and journal for the month. So hopefully this will be a good place for me to keep all that. And maybe since I'm doing foundation pages and setup for everything, this will be a good place to kind of write down which foundation page I want to use if I have one, or if I don't, I can kind of jot down some ideas of what I want my pages to look like for that day. So just a way to jot down some memories until I can get back, because I can't take all of my stuff with me when I go out of town. So this will have a separate video to talk about everything, but definitely going to be using this while I can't have my stuff with me. So before we jump into the process videos for 11 through 15, let's look at the advent calendars for day 17. So first up is the December Daily Sticker Advent. 17. Oh, it's some little hearts that have like a plaid pattern on them. So the plaid pattern is like a coppery gold color. It's kind of hard to see. And then the hearts are red, and there's a couple of different sizes. So we'll definitely be adding those in to my album. And then for the fruit spread, day 17. There we are. Well, I'm trying not to like totally rip the package up. All right, so the little door says just like homemade. Oh my God. Oh, this one sounds yummy. Mandarin spread. So it's basically orange. I love orange marmalade to add on things. So this should be a really good one. Mandarins from Italy. It actually says from Italy on the ingredients. That's pretty wild. All right, so that one should be pretty yummy. So let's jump into the process and voiceover for stories 11 through 15. All right, guys, so let's look at December Daily 11 through 15. So starting with day 11, I had planned on using this envelope for my travel day, but I changed my mind and I'm going to use it for my wish list. So I printed off what I sent to everyone that had everything listed on it and just folded it up, and I'm going to stick it down in this envelope. And then the 11 that I chose was the white one, and then the advent calendar for day 11 was this little shaker, which I thought would be cute to put on the front of this. And what I'm doing is there's a bunch of little gold pieces that were like on the outside, so I stuck those in just kind of on the back. They won't move around, and then I just used some glue dots to put on the 11 kind of on the white part, and then stuck it down on the shaker, which I think looks kind of cool. And then that was it for day 11. I needed something easy. I kind of got behind, so I was trying to do several days at once. So this was a good way to get something easy in. All right, so day 12. So day 12, I decided to do something fun. I did an A to Z of Christmas. So I went through and made a list of all the things that I associate with Christmas from the letter A to the letter Z. So some of the letters were kind of hard. I filled in what I could and what I thought of, and then I jumped on the internet and typed in like Christmas letter Q and looked at what came up for letter Q. And actually, I think it's Osmo or something had some very good things for the letters because they want you to teach your kids all the different letters. So they were doing kind of the same thing of like letters and the words that you could associate with that letter. So I just wanted to create a title kind of for A to Z, and then I was playing around with the stickers for that, and I found the letters that I wanted to use, but then I was trying to decide to do how the to part. So I tried a couple of different things to kind of see how I could make that happen. So you see me pull the A to Z off. So I pulled the A to Z off because I saw this piece that I wanted to use that kind of fit across the top of the page. So I put it down. It was a little bit short, but that's fine. And then I counted lines to make sure that I had enough room for what I wanted to put in. So I kind of spread the A and Z out and then spelled out 2, I think. I was looking for letters. So I have several different kinds of letters that I have found in my stash. So I was just looking for some way to spell out 2. I was going to use those other letters off to the left, but they only had capital letters, which I wasn't as much of a fan of. So I'm just writing in my A to Z. Like I said, most of these were pretty easy because I can pretty easily think of something. There was a couple that were a little harder, like Q and X and Z, I think were the hardest ones to kind of figure something out. So I'm just counting. I want to make sure I get 13 on one side and 13 on the other side. So I'm just about done getting those listed out. And this was just some paper that I had that was in a paper pad book. So I decided to put my 12 inside the ornament. And then I pulled out the advent calendar, picked one of the phrases that I thought went well, and then I pulled in these chipboard trees to do some kind of decorations at the bottom. I thought those looked really cute. And then that was it. So I was ready to, I did put it in the page protector, and then as I was trying to slide it in, it wouldn't go. So I trimmed it down the side just enough, just a little sliver to get it in the page because it wasn't quite short enough. So that was day 12. So I just wrote it down on my little calendar where I'm keeping kind of an index of the stories that I told for December. All right, so day 13. So day 13, I decided to write a story about my Meemaw. So she was my great-grandmother, and I was lucky enough to have her around for a little while in my life. So, and she's pretty awesome lady. So I was just kind of measuring to make sure that I cut this down to the right size. And I did this snowflakes. I wanted something lighter so that I could write on it and slide it into the back side. So, and then I had this pleather piece that's part of the advent calendar for the day. And then I was just kind of playing around trying to figure out how I wanted to do my 13. So I wrote down on the side just to see, like with my Paper Made Flare, how it would look with just writing straight on the paper. So I decided after looking at that I couldn't write over top of the snowflakes because they have words in them or letters in them. So I decided to just write on the white part, just kind of like around the snowflakes, which worked out really well. And I did write over the ends of some of the snowflakes just because they didn't have letters right up to the end. And I put my pleather piece on the side that had all the words on it. So I'm just writing about how she always hosted everyone at her house. And I was thinking back, she had 4 kids. Well, she really had 5. One passed away when he was younger. And then 3 boys and a girl, which the girl was my grandmother. And how them and their families and everyone would always come to the house for Christmas. And as we were getting ready for Christmas, decorating and stuff, we would actually help because we used to go over there after school. So my grandmother worked a second shift and she would take us over to my great grandmother's house, and then my mom on the way home from work would pick us up. But we just got to spend a lot of time with her and my great grandfather, and that was just, we were really lucky in that aspect. So then once I put this down, I realized I had enough room and I wanted the 13 to be there but not be so bright. So I stuck with the white plastic numbers and just kind of stuck it at the bottom of the page so that it would be there but not stand out so much. I wanted the writing to stand out more. So what I'm looking at is the top of the day 12 page is a little tall, so I was looking at how much I needed to cut off. So it actually looks better with it cut off because it's not, it kind of cuts some of the white part of the sticker off so that it looks more like those are draped across the top of the page. And then I was having trouble sliding it in, so I pulled both pieces out and slid them in together because that one sheet is thinner, and that worked pretty well. So I'm just grabbing my album, sticking that in, and then heading over to my table of contents. All right, so on to day 14. For day 14, I decided to do some of my favorite foods. This is not pictures of food I made. This is just some I pulled from the internet. And the advent calendar were these little like stamps. So I decided to do some calligraphy on there to write the number, and the first one I did not like at all. So I redid it and just kind of stuck it up in the corner of the picture that I printed, which worked out really well. And then I'm not really writing a full story. It's just like my favorite foods. And I've got some roasted Brussels sprouts. Those are like my absolute favorite. I'll eat those year round, to be honest. Pumpkin pie, but my Meemaw's pumpkin pie, which I have a recipe and I've been able to kind of recreate. And then her potato salad, which is like a southern style mustard potato salad. And some cranberry sauce from Danielle Walker. And then a couple of other things that I didn't have pictures of, but I wrote those down as well. So I'm just writing it on my table of contents. So on to day 15. Day 15, I decided to do, I didn't do it on the back of day 14, so I'm trying to figure out what to do with the back of page 14. But I decided to do the, like, albums that are, like, must listen tos during Christmas. So I've got Carrie Underwood's My Gift. That's, like, a new album that came out last year that's been on, like, constant repeat. And then I've got the Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers, I love that album. And then Trans-Siberian, obviously. Clint Black, I love his Christmas album. And Alabama's original Christmas Red album is amazing. And then NSYNC, of course, is like amazing. So I was kind of deciding how I was going to put these. Since I had 6, I kind of spreaded them out across the page. And then we will go into deciding how I want to do my number and what I'm going to put in those other pockets. So I pulled out some papers that I had smaller pieces of. I pulled the red out and then realized it didn't really match anything, so I put it back. But I had some other smaller pieces that I had already used earlier in the project, so I pulled those out and picked out 6 different ones to finish filling up the page. And then some of those I just left without any kind of embellishment, and then the others I added embellishments on top. So that's what I'm doing here, is just trying to pick out paper, and it took me a while to decide what to pick out. So I ended up picking a piece of this black, which I used when I was doing my foundation page for day 25. So just cut that down some, and then the white piece already fit. It was a piece I had left. And then I wanted the gingerbread to kind of be centered, so I kind of cut around him. And then I cut some of this green off, which I love this pattern. It's really pretty. And then I have the polka dots, and then the stripes. So once I got all those cut out, I was kind of placing them on to see how I wanted to lay them, which I liked that like almost immediately. So I just left those. And the advent calendar were these fabric stickers. So I just put one on that green piece. I was kind of looking at the others. They really didn't match the colors that I had. So I pulled out my embellishments and was kind of playing around. And I still haven't used these cork hearts. So when I slid them down in there, they were a little thick. It made the page buckle a little bit. So I decided not to use those. And I was playing around with the pleather hearts. They're a little bit big to fit in these pockets. And then I was trying to decide what to do for the 15 for that white. I was going to put it on that white square. So the red numbers were too big. The other chipboard numbers were too big. The 15, the white 15 wouldn't show up. And then the only other thing I had were the little metal tags. So I decided not to use those. So what I did was look in my stash of stuff. I had a project folder that had a bunch of letters and stuff in it. So I went through those and found some old, I think these sheets are from Creative Memories, like a long time ago. So I found some black ones that I liked. And then I was trying to decide what to put with it because I couldn't just put a 15. The 15 wasn't quite big enough to fill the page. So I was going through some of the other stickers that I had, and I wanted something music related since it was all like albums that I listened to. And I was trying to find something to add. So I ended up pulling one of the sheets that had the thicker stickers, and they have a fa la la sticker that kind of fit at the bottom in a little strip, which fa la la is what the album says, so I thought that was perfect. So that's what I end up putting at the bottom there, and then I add the 15 on as well. These are just black numbers. Like I said, these are from Creative Memories. It's from a long time ago, so I can't link those, but they may still have some other letters and numbers on their website. So then I was just looking for some other embellishments to add. I definitely wanted to add something to the bottom, and that one, I looked at trees, I looked at all kinds of different things. So I decided to add one of these chipboard trees again to that one, which that turned out really cute. So then I'm just adding in day 15 into the album. And like I said, the back of page 14, I'll have to figure out what to do. And then I'm just adding it to my table of contents. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed seeing stories 11 through 15 in my December daily album. If you have any questions about anything or any comments, just let me know down below and I will be sure to get back to you on those. And like I said, I have a ton of digital items that I'm doing on my own and some physical items. So if you see something that I did digitally and you have more questions about how I did that process, just let me know and I will be happy to either create a video or address in the comments. So if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know. And if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe so more content will show up in your feed. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 18. Oh my goodness. So close to the end of Vlogmas.